Hey everyone, Draco Magnius here for another episode of Let's Play AI the Somnium Files. In the last episode, we completed a timeline in which Iris died. Then we went to a new timeline where Mizuki was not traumatized. We managed to heal her up, and she decided to join us for our investigation instead of Iris. Eventually we found Iris, who apparently was with Renju before he was murdered, because he was murdered in this timeline, and she's hiding something from us, so now we're in her Somnium. Trying to figure shit out. Look at the blood or watch the murder. I mean, I'm gonna go watch the murder.
CRT TV.
Oh boy, I'm gonna get a double time regardless of what I pick. Let's fucking spin that dial! Cool. Oh. Wait, did Iris see her mother get killed?
Stop!
What the shit?
What is this video?
It is difficult to believe, but these are the faces of the victims of the original Cyclops killer.
I'm sorry, what now?
What?
Oh
What is
shit, I
going
think I
on
accidentally
here?
skipped his,
What? What is going on here? Iris, what are you hiding? Iris, what are you hiding?
We should continue. There are more objects to inspect now.
So once again, I've gone down the right path. Not the left one. Well, we'll see where the right leads to, but for right now, there's a gun up there, there's a torso here.
A torso with a head.
Right.
If it has a head, is it still called a torso?
What would you call it?
I have no idea. Well, I hate this. Hit it, I guess.
Nothing special happens.
Okay.
We don't have the muscle mass. You need to do some training.
What would be the point of that? I do not have muscles.
Yeah, you could just update your appearance if you want.
That's what I just said.
I cannot wait for the day I have enough muscle to punch you in the face. It will be splendid.
Alright, well now I can divide time in half.
5 minutes left, Date.
A torso with a head.
Well, I'm gonna cut time in half again, and this time we're gonna push it.
No use.
Their guard is up. You have to loosen them up first.
What do you mean?
But the traditional approach would be to start with a massage.
If you are not going to help, should I choke you instead?
You should try that on them. They might be into that.
Oh, I just noticed the wire on their neck. I probably
Date,
had to choke
please
it.
stop.
Yeah, Dante, don't be a perv. I know that's very hard for you,
torso
but
with
please
a-
stop. Alright. Choke it is. Aiba, you okay?
Even my consciousness is being affected.
While I was unconscious, the room changed.
Is that...
Tired of this. We have no choice but to investigate.
Okay, that was mental lock 2. Strangled the body. Hooray! Let's see, we got some medicine bottles, an
4 minutes.
operating table, mirror, TV over there. I'm not sure. Mirror?
A full body mirror.
Let's look.
A torso in the reflection.
A torso? Not you?
Is there any meaning to this?
Can't say. What is going on?
Well, I've exchanged one half for another.
An operating table.
Uh-huh. A lot of these are really fucking expensive. I'm going to investigate. Yeah, I'm gonna investigate.
The fabric on the surface is frayed. It appears to be in use despite its age.
They did surgery here?
Surgery or worse.
Okay.
It's an operating table.
Perform surgery.
Who do you intend I operate on?
Can you just pretend to do it?
Pretend to do it?
Alright, let's see how this goes. You know what, I left the light on. I should turn it off, because it'd probably make this even more terrifying with the screeching music and...
Nothing's happening. How disappointing.
That is lame.
Damn. I thought it might trigger a memory to recreate itself or something.
Perhaps you should abandon that line of thinking.
Well, we are not doing great here.
It's an operating...
I am not going to do anything with the fucking sleep option. Because that's gonna fucking take forever. Wait, I think I went the wrong way. Shit. I'm doing a terrible job in this particular Somnium. TV on the complete opposite end.
An old television.
Turn the dial. I might need to do a reset.
That video showed the face of a victim of the original Cyclops killer. It appeared to be the second victim.
What is going on? Iris has something to do with the first Cyclops case?
Unknown. I do not have enough information.
Maybe Prisoner 89 is the original Cyclops killer?
I guess that means we have to investigate more.
Indeed. The oil drum, shelf, and another torso have been added.
Let's go.
Okay, that is something. Let's see.
1 minute left.
Gas canister. Yeah, I think we're gonna retry. This one I kind of botched. Yeet.
4 minutes.
Okay. So...
A drug bottle that holds some kind of liquid.
Chug! Chug, 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 chug! Well, I get 30 seconds, 20 seconds. I mean, I do have a half timey. You know what? No, let's chug. Let's go!
Do not pressure me, Delta. Do not
Pressure you?
But come on, Iba.
into drinking alcohol.
It's not alcohol, it's medicine, which would probably have more adverse effects, but...
Is it alcohol?
Well, no.
This is for an investigation. I'm ordering you to drink it.
You are exploiting your position of power. I will set up a labor union.
There should be an AI labor union.
An AI labor union? Sounds dystopian.
I don't know, that sounds like the reverse of dystopian.
I won't drink it.
Fine.
Alright. He has chosen not to drink.
3 minutes, Dante.
An operating table.
Okay, so if I do... Yeah, no, it makes more sense to do this. You know, you seem tired, Iba. You should take a nap.
How does it feel?
Awful.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Am I going to be killed? Modified? I'm restless. I can't take the suspense.
Do you think they'll modify you into a grasshopper or a spider?
Why?
That's not what I'm talking about.
Alright, I got a nice 1/6. Which is the whole reason why I did that. Now, let's go to the TV, because this seems to be a thing we're doing. Well... let's do a half-timey for the dial. Okay. It's always that red silhouette.
That video showed the face of a victim of the original Cyclops killer. It appeared to be the second victim.
What is going on? Iris has something to do with the first Cyclops case?
Unknown. I do not have enough information.
Guess that means we have to investigate more.
Indeed. The oil drum, shelf, and another torso have been added.
Let's go.
Okay. Doors. Gas canister. And then there's a gun. Thinking the gas canister for some reason. Just got a feeling about it.
A common gas canister.
Let's open the valve.
It's rusted shut. I cannot open it.
If you can't, then
It is meant to be closed?
I think so.
And that was a waste. Okay. So what haven't I mean, I haven't looked at the doors. There's a torso over there. The operating table still.
You have less than 2 minutes, Dante. Hurry.
Another torso.
A torso similar to a fashion mannequin.
I'm thinking... push. Well, I was horribly wrong.
It will not budge.
She doesn't like the aggressive types. In cases like this, it might be best to pull back and stop communication for a while.
What are you talking about?
When your target is trying her hardest not to contact you, that's when you go all in.
I don't know if that's sound advice, Date.
Did you use that strategy on the cabaret girl? And how did that go?
I get the feeling not well.
Let's continue the investigation.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. That didn't go great. There's this oil drum over here that isn't anything of note or value. Again, I didn't check the doors. There's still the gun. But it's out of my range, I think. Yeah, I'm not sure what to do here. I haven't checked the shelves. That's something new that was added.
Only a shelf.
Let's push it.
That shelf sticking out. It seems odd.
Yes. Yes! Oh, there's something... There's a ball on top. Hopefully that doesn't bean Iba in the head. Hey, it didn't. Oh, never mind. Here it comes. I will protect your skull!
What happened?
Oh, that was close.
A metal ball must have fallen off the shelf.
Why would anyone put that there?
They beat it to death.
An iron ball. It looks quite heavy.
Balance on it? I mean... Throw? Oh, I probably should have
Where
saved
should I
that.
throw
Oh,
it?
Throw it that way.
yeah,
Understood.
that seems like a good idea. Here's
It
the
is
wind-up.
unexpectedly light. All right.
Oh, thank you for the raid! Thanks, Pixel. How you doing? How was your stream? We're about to throw a metal ball at a mannequin in a dream world. Anyway, where was I? Alright, here's the wind-up. And the pitch! It's good! Hey, Twin Wolf. Okay, so we got that down.
I feel like the ball hit me in the head.
Now, a TV and an old book have appeared.
I hope this is the last time.
Hey, we did it! That's door 3. Let me think. Squid thing. What world were you in? Oh
1
boy.
minute left.
Really close to the edge here. Well, before we move too far. TV. Of course it's in the opposite direction I was walking. Wrong button. I'm going the wrong way again. This is fine. This is fine. I need to hurry.
An old-fashioned TV?
Oh, right! The parasite cage. Now I know what you're talking about. I never thought of it as a squid. I'm not sure what I considered it. It's some, well, parasite, obviously. Some sort of weird cage monster. Oh, well, this one's pretty straightforward.
Please. Help me. Help me.
So that happened.
This was the third victim of the original Cyclops killer.
Why does Iris know that?
Yeah, no, we're not going the wrong way. We're just
She
going...
saw it online or on TV.
We weren't going the wrong way. We were just going in the opposite direction. It's totally different.
She even reproduced the circumstances of the killer. Would her imagination explain that?
Date, we have no direct evidence. For now, we must continue investigating.
Right.
Yeah, there you go, the long way around. You know, we're taking the scenic tour of this dreamscape. Okay, so... what else do we have that we could go to? Doors, locker, operating table, mirror, medicine bottle, gas canister, a worn-out reference book, and the gun. I could try to grab the gun. Since that's what the video showed.
Dante, you've got less than 30 seconds.
I might have to redo this one again. Okay. Reference book, gun. Fuck it, let's go for the gun.
A revolver.
Is it real?
It appears that way.
I mean, Dante, nothing is really real here. We're inside a dream world. I guess jump.
Weekly Shonen?
Don't say it.
Oh, come on, Dante. Why'd you have to ruin her good joke? Weekly Shonen Jump.
I did the best I could. I am not a cyborg, and thus I cannot reach that height. This is not my fault.
Nobody's blaming you.
Well, fuck. Oh boy. Yeah, I get the feeling I'm gonna have to redo this one. We've got like 19 seconds.
It is a thick book.
Read? Time will not be used. Proceed. Wait, what? Okay, sure.
It has not been well preserved. Most of the ink has faded.
Can you tell what kind of book it is?
It is probably a book on... insects! It's a book on insects!
Oh, right, I forgot. You have a thing for insects, Saiba.
Don't get excited. I know how you love bugs.
Oh boy. He's going crazy.
Does this book belong to Iris?
I didn't know she liked insects, and to read the book so often that it wears out.
Well, we can't prove it's Iris's.
True. We cannot conclude anything.
I completely forgot that was a thing. Oh dear.
Date, we're out of time.
Damn! What the hell is this place?
Well, I done fucked up. Retry. Oh, with 46 seconds? Do I want to do that or go back to the other lock and try to do better? Let's try with the time we have here. Problem is, I've never been to this particular line in this dreamscape, so I don't know what is what and what will be
1 minute
worth
left.
it. Okay. So... we wasted some time going in the wrong direction last time, so let's just head toward the TV.
An old...
And then we're going to save our 1/8. Turn the dial. Is there a way for me to skip this because we've already seen it? No, there's not. We have to sit through this. Well, here we go watching snuff films again.
This...
Why does Iris...
there is a possibility... Date, we have no direct...
Okay, so... let's see. Locker? The locker might be worth it because I think it was showing us that way. So let's see, that's behind us. Over that way. Yes. Okay, here we go.
Date, you got less than 30 seconds.
I am aware, boss. Thank you. Alright, that'd be 11 seconds. Oh yeah, this is rough. I might have to go back to the previous... What the fuck?
Iba?
It's alright. More importantly...
Please tell me that was the last thing I needed. Oh my god, it's, what is it called? Those machines that, like, trigger one step after another. I want to say it's a Ruth Goldberg machine? I think that's the term for it. Okay, let's see where this goes. And what this machine triggers. So that one's gonna fall. Triggers that to hit that. Okay. I'm intrigued. Also, I don't know if you recognize, you got gifted a sub. Oh, okay, I was gonna say, if it got stuck, that would be hilarious. The gun fired to shoot whatever that was to the ground.
That is...
Hey, we did it! Awaken. Shot the body. Whew, just barely. Iris A acquired. La. So either Iris knows the original Cyclops killer, or is the original Cyclops killer. Gum AI.
What happened in that Somnium?
We saw it too.
The 4 murdered women are without a doubt the victims of the original Cyclops serial killings.
So hey boss, it seems like they're related. Can I learn more about this former killer?
That means...
The murders that occurred 6 years ago are these memory fragments that coalesced in this Somnium.
No. That means the person who killed them was...
Oh, that's Date in the reflection, so Date is the former Cyclops killer? What? What? Explain? The blue figure from the sink, let's start with that.
Help me understand this. What I saw during the sink earlier, that was the scene of the original Cyclops serial killings, right?
Yeah.
So the person doing the killing was the original Cyclops killer.
Correct.
Right.
Did you see him? He was...
I saw your face. The original Cyclops killer was...
It can't be. That's impossible.
Date, you cannot say that for certain. You have no memories past 6 years ago.
I mean, that's accurate. That is correct.
Perhaps, Mr. Date, you are the killer. You're missing your left eye, so you steal them from others.
I'm kidding.
Am I gonna be arrested then?
You can't be the Cyclops killer.
Really?
Of course not. Do you think I would hire a serial killer?
I mean, boss, there are a lot of TV shows where that exact premise happens. I'm just saying, it's appeared more than once.
You interrogated Iris before the sink. What you saw in the Somnium was just a manifestation of the fear you put in her.
Okay. About the original Cyclops serial killings.
Didn't I tell you? The entire case is a state secret.
But it's clearly relevant!
No matter how many times you ask, I won't tell you anything.
Damn it! Why did I see it in the Somnium, huh?
You can't dream of something you know nothing about.
That means Iris must know about the killings.
6 years ago, Iris was 12.
Did she witness the crime at age 12? Not just one, but all 4?
Potentially? Okay, what about the original Cyclops killer?
The Cyclops killer appeared 6 years ago. I lost my memory 6 years ago. There has to be some kind of connection.
There isn't. It's a coincidence.
Really?
Really.
Boss has a serious look on her face. You can't tell, but I'm narrowing my eyes at her. Alright, Pewter, the red figure from the sink.
In the Somnium earlier, I saw someone else who might be the criminal. Who was he?
I wouldn't know.
Okay. Why did the original Cyclops killer appear in Iris' Somnium?
The Sinker does not always experience the Somnium they expect. Dreams are pieced together from memories, even repressed subconscious ones.
Okay.
When using the sync machine for an investigation, we don't always see the memories we expect to see.
Okay.
True, oftentimes the subject will subconsciously want to express their dark secrets and repressed memories. That is why we see them so often in Somnia. And why those Somnia are so useful for criminal investigations.
Right,
But
right.
this is not a guarantee. We cannot control the content of our dreams, after all.
True, unless you're a lucid dreamer. Alright, let's continue with why.
It's like I told you before. Dreams are pieced together from memories, even repressed subconscious ones. This can be expressed as an equation.
Okay.
Dream D equals memory A plus memory B plus memory C.
Alright.
This, of course, means that Dream D is a fictional event.
I mean, if you think about it, if you squared memory A, B, and C, you would have the Pythagorean theorem. Not that that's relevant to anything, but still.
However, the same cannot necessarily be said about memory A, B, and C. Those happened in reality. In other words, fiction is built from combinations of reality.
Interesting.
So what I saw in Somnium earlier.
Yes, I believe Iris actually witnessed those events.
Yeah, I'm thinking that her uncle, Prisoner 89, Falco, was the former Cyclops killer. Are memories, in quotes, real?
Pewter, you said that memories happen in reality, right? But what about false memories? How do we know if the memory really happened?
Even false memories are built from the pieces of real ones. If you disassemble those pieces, you will find real events.
Man, we could really use Nominee around now.
What about things you see in movies or television?
The events might be fictional, but the experience is not. Our imaginations are limited to what we have seen. We cannot invent something whole cloth.
About the original Cyclops killer.
Remember what the boss said this morning. The original Cyclops killer has yet to be brought to justice. After the investigation got going, it was taken over by the government and classified.
So they probably figured out it was some high-profile person that they didn't want to get caught.
That was the last we heard anything about it. Of course, they paid lip service to the idea that the investigation was ongoing, but in reality, it was dropped completely.
So yeah, the Cyclops killer was probably some high-profile individual. Okay, about original and new.
I don't believe there's any meaningful connection between the original and new Cyclops serial killings, I mean.
I'm not so sure, Pewter.
Why is that?
The culprit is not the same. I am absolutely certain the original Cyclops killer could not have committed these crimes.
I mean, maybe not, but someone who knew him might.
How can you be so sure?
Because I can.
That's not an answer!
Don't worry about it. Just trust me.
Ugh. Damn it, Pewter. You betrayed me in a different timeline. How am I supposed to trust you? I didn't learn anything from speaking with Boss and Pewter. If anything, the mystery only grew deeper. Pewter shook me from my thoughts.
Dante, it looks like Iris is about to wake up.
Got it.
I headed to the sink room. Well, maybe Iris can clear something up here. I hope.
Hey, Iris. About that dream earlier.
Dream? What dream?
There is no point in asking her, Date. The subject of a sink does not experience somnium in the way that you do. They will not remember it.
And what about the Cyclops killer from 6 years ago?
Cyclops killer? I remember hearing it on the news. But I was just a little girl. I don't remember anything
You
specific.
don't?
No.
What about the scene of the murder?
I don't know. I've never been there.
But
This is getting us nowhere, Date.
Dreams are pieced together from memories, even repressed subconscious ones.
Yeah, odds are you're not going to get her to remember anything. These are clearly repressed memories that we saw.
You can't dream of something you know nothing about. Date, could you take Iris home?
huh?
Do not have enough evidence to hold her. Even in Somnium, we couldn't find anything. Law demands that we release her.
Fine.
You cannot decline, Date.
I don't like this, but yeah, no, we don't have anything we could use at all. In any way, shape, or form. This sucks. Back to a net zero game.
Date, could we make a stop first?
Where to?
Sure. Where?
Marble. It's a bar in Golden Yokocho.
Why do you want to go to Marble?
You know about that place?
Yeah, Mr. Okiura took me before.
Why do you want to go there?
There's something I want to talk about.
We can't talk here?
It might take a while.
Okay.
What do you think?
There's no reason to refuse. Besides, there's a lot I want to ask her, too.
Alright.
Sure.
Let's go to Marble. Iris nodded and pulled out her phone. Is she sending a Nile message to someone? I was curious, but I didn't want to pry. I turned the wheel and drove to Marble. The plot thickens. Marble, Sunday, 9:41 p.m. When we walked in, I didn't see Mama anywhere. To my surprise, I saw Oda, sitting at the corner.
Tessa!
Oh, Ota!
Oda, what the fuck are you doing here? Where's Mama?
Oh, she left a little while ago. She said something about going to help an acquaintance. She told me to watch the place until she got back.
How well do you know Mama?
Not at all. It's my first time here.
I wasn't particularly surprised. Mama always depended on the kindness of strangers ever since she opened Marble. Isn't your phone broken?
No, this is my new one. You're thinking of the one I dropped in that puddle.
Mm-hmm. Never thought I'd run into you here.
I was nihiling with Tessa earlier.
Ah,
She said she was going to Marble, so I got here just before you did. Look, I was really worried about her. She was about to be charged with a serious crime.
What was that thing about? This actually works out nicely. I want to ask you something, Ota. It's about a Nile message you sent Iris. You said you wouldn't tell anyone about that thing. That you'd stay quiet no matter what.
so he's just gonna reveal it to you right now?
What were you talking about?
Well,
I'll tell her about the two Witter thing. I swear I'll do it.
geez, fine. Just don't tell anyone else, okay? But before I tell you, who's that?
Is he gonna fucking
What?
run out of here? I
At the door. Someone standing
I
outside.
swear to God, if I turn around and you fucking bolt because Date fell for the oldest trick in the goddamn book, I'm going to be absolutely livid. Oh my fucking God, he fell for the oldest trick in the goddamn book. Date, you fucking simpleton. Oh my... Ugh. Day 4, Monday, Juki. Marble, Monday, 2:48 a.m. Is Oda the Cyclops killer? When I woke up, I was lying on the sofa.
Where am I?
My head was killing me, and my memory was foggy. I felt a sudden pain in my neck. I shot up, rubbing my neck. When I looked over the counter, I saw a monster staring back at me. Rude. Rude. It took me a few seconds before I realized it was just Mama. Oh, hallucinating. Got it.
It looks like you're awake now.
As Mama spoke to me, it all came rushing back, and I remembered everything. What time is it?
It'll be 3 o'clock soon. In the morning, of course.
Where's Oda?
Ota? The boy I asked to watch the bar?
I'd say he's too old to be called a boy, but yeah.
He was already gone when I came back. All I saw was you getting your beauty sleep on the floor.
Damn it, Ota. What are you thinking?
It appears that he took off with Iris.
What were you doing during all this?
She shorted because he fucking tased you.
My power was shut down due to the stun gun. I have rebooted in safe mode and am now operational.
Why didn't you wake me?
I tried. You wouldn't budge. I thought you were passed out drunk, so I left you like that.
I didn't have a glass in front of me, right?
So you weren't drunk?
No, I got tased.
Didn't have a single drop.
Oh, I thought you were drinking straight out of the bottle. Just like the old days.
Well, that sucks. Where would they have gone?
Date, the boss is calling.
Okay, of course she is.
How am I gonna report this one?
Date, listen. Stay calm, but this is an emergency.
Oh, it gets better. Great.
Just now, the killer... Well, just watch the video.
Oh my God, there's a fucking video.
I sent the address to Iba.
Oh! I see!
Iris.
Wait, she's breathing. Are you what kind of Bond villain Saw bullshit is this?
No, that's...
The criminal is streaming this live.
the source.
Identified. The Okiura Fishery Cold Storage Warehouse,
Fucking course.
Koto District.
Is Oda the killer?
Date, focus. We need to get to the site, now.
I think Mama ran out of marble. Is it time to play a game? Am I gonna be talking with a puppet?
What's our ETA?
Our destination is far from here. 20 minutes at the fastest.
Oh, Jesus.
Please let me make it in time. Sick bastard.
Is that a fucking polar bear? Oh, it's probably a guy in a polar bear costume. Oh.
Hold on! I'll save you!
Oda's actually alive?
Ota!
Okay, so it's not Oda. It was...
Stay away from Tessa!
Unless Oda set up this whole fucking bullshit. Which would not surprise me. It seems like something he might do. I kept my foot on the gas the whole time. I could feel the sweat on my palms. The engine raised to a high-pitched scream. But I could barely hear it. My heartbeat was pounding in my ears, shaking me to the core. How much time had passed? The feeling of time itself had disappeared. Eventually, the car reached a long bridge. Shortly after, the image changed. Alright, so the man in the polar bear suit.
No, it can't be.
I mean, I highly doubt Oda was going to fucking stop this.
Stop!
Uh-oh, this is gonna get real grisly. The pun was not intended. Oh, jeez. I usually intend my puns, but that time it wasn't intended. Oh.
No!
Harbor Warehouse District, Monday, 3:35 a.m. One of those is Oda's van. The other is a hearse, I think? What? I'm very confused. Well, there's Oda.
Ota.
But... what? I don't get it. There was Iris on the table when the... and now Oda's... what? Police headquarters Monday, 10:02 a.m. Well, I guess Oda's not behind this if he's ripped apart.
There you are. Finally. I was looking all over for you. It's rare to see you down like this, but it's understandable. You blame yourself for this, don't you?
I mean, yeah.
Beating yourself up about taking Iris to Marble, and about letting Ota get the upper hand on you. Am I right?
With the oldest trick in the goddamn book!
Shall I tell you what Investigation HQ thinks? Ota Matsushita is a criminal stalker who committed murder-suicide. Ota had a selfish love for Iris.
I mean, that's not wrong.
He was under the delusion that Iris loved him too. But Iris refused Ota. So Ota decided that he and Iris should be together in the afterlife, killed her, then killed himself.
And the polar bear thing was nothing more than a staged event. He pretended to fight off the person to give him some credit in the eyes of the public. To make it seem like he was actively trying to fight against this stupid polar bear man. Man in a polar bear outfit, when in actuality he was the man in the polar bear outfit the whole time. However, I don't know. If it was going to be a murder-suicide like that, why would he put the polar bear costume back on to kill himself? I mean, I guess that's to continue the lie, but it's easily investigated and proven wrong. I'm not going to watch that again.
That's ridiculous. Ota would never kill Iris. And how do you explain the other two murders? Iris's left eye was hollowed out. Just like Renju and Shoko. Those three murders were definitely executed by the same person. The new Cyclops killer.
It seems ridiculous to tie all of this to Ota specifically.
There's no way that's Ota. Too many pieces don't fit. Too many contradictions, like killing Iris.
Such as?
Alright. Ota had no incentive to kill Renju.
Maybe he was thinking like this. The reason Iris and I can't be together is because her agency prohibits it, making the president, Renju, the ultimate bad guy in his mind.
Mizuki is Ota's close friend. Do you really think Ota would kill his friend's father?
I mean, Ota's behavior before the video is obviously to disprove. So let's just get that out of the way.
Stay away from Tessa!
Ota showed himself on the screen. If he was gonna kill Iris and then himself, why would he do that? The only reason you would show yourself like that is to prove that you weren't the culprit. Ota and the polar bear on the screen at the same time would prove that they're not the same person. That behavior would be totally unnecessary if he was gonna commit suicide anyway.
Yeah.
Well, maybe he wasn't planning on dying at first. After he killed Iris, he realized that he couldn't live with himself.
So he lies down on the workbench and turns on the ice-cutting machine himself? I don't buy it.
Yeah, that also is far-fetched. How would he be able to turn on the ice-cutting machine, get on the table in time for it to properly cut him? Because it's going to be moving. Granted, it's not exactly a fast-moving machine, but it would take too long for him to get on the table and it to cut him so cleanly. What about the polar bear costume?
The culprit was wearing a polar bear costume, probably to hide their identity. But if murder-suicide was the plan, the costume served no purpose.
Yeah. The only reason you would do something like that is if you planned on, you know, trying to spin a story. Ota had no incentive to kill Shoko.
Shoko was married to Renju. Maybe he was trying to get at Renju by killing her.
That's a stretch. They've been divorced for years.
Yeah.
Ota knows all about it. He wouldn't use Shoko to get to Renju.
There are some additional discrepancies. I analyzed the investigation report. Judging by his wound, Ota was stabbed in the side by a kitchen knife or something similar.
Are you sure?
I am.
I told the boss what Iba found.
Oh, I know that.
Well?
Ota could have stabbed himself.
That's stupid! He stabbed himself in the side when he intended to cut himself in half.
Maybe he thought it would be a fatal wound, but when it didn't work, he went for the ice-cutting machine.
That just sounds stupid! Why? Why would you believe I mean, okay, not everyone is a medical expert. This is fair. But if you planned on killing yourself with a kitchen knife, why would you not go for something you knew was fatal? I mean, maybe you'd wuss out if you were aiming for, like, your heart or something like that, but you could just as easily slit your throat or slit your wrists, and that would kill you. And you'd know that would kill you, because everyone knows those are vital parts of your body. I mean, I guess not everyone knows the proper way to cut your wrist to kill yourself, admittedly. That's not common knowledge. But the slicing your throat, everyone knows for a fact that if you cut your throat open, you would die from that. If you had a kitchen knife, you would just stab yourself in the thigh and... Shit, I dropped the controller. Anyway, as I was saying, yeah. You wouldn't stab yourself in your thigh if you were trying to kill yourself. Even if you're not an expert on medical anatomy of the human body. Okay, let's see. Stabbed in the side. Yeah, in no world does someone think stabbing themselves in the side is gonna kill them.
Shouldn't we have recovered the kitchen knife from the scene?
Maybe he threw it in the ocean.
He stabbed himself with a non-fatal wound, and while leaking blood, left the warehouse to throw the knife into the ocean, walked back into the warehouse, lied on the table, and cut himself in half with an ice cutting machine. There should be a massive trail of blood from that, A. B, that's asinine.
Boss, come on. Ota goes out to the water, stabs himself in the gut, throws the knife over the side, then walks back to the warehouse?
Well, I wasn't being serious.
Were you?
I didn't think Ota was the culprit from the beginning.
Then why are you trying to make this case?
Devil's advocate for HQ.
Oh, I see.
Really?
Yes, really.
My eyes are narrowing.
Anyway, Ota didn't kill anyone, and he didn't kill himself. Here's what I think happened.
Stay away from Tessa!
Ota knew Iris was kidnapped, so he rushed onto the scene. That's when he saw the culprit wearing the polar bear costume. He tried to fight him off, but ended up being stabbed in the side. He was weakened and losing blood at the culprit's mercy. The culprit forced him into the costume, then under the ice cutting machine. And then...
The deed was done.
Then, who is the culprit?
Who the fuck knows at this point?
I wish I knew.
Prisoner 86, in theory, in this timeline, is still in prison. There might be a person we haven't met. It could be So Sajima. Potentially. But that's just a wild card thrown into the ocean at this point.
We're up to 4 victims. But Ota was a special circumstance. He wasn't specifically targeted by the culprit.
Right. And he was the only one to not have his eye pulled out.
So let's focus on the 3 other victims. Shoko, Renju, and Iris. What connects these 3?
Connections.
If you find a connection between the victims, you find a connection to the culprit. That's the theory of investigation, right?
Right.
You think the new Cyclops killer is related to them somehow?
Maybe not. That is a good starting point.
Well, the darkest option is they're all related to Mizuki in some way. Her father, her mother, one of her best friends. Ota's mother, Mayumi. Momo Kamakura, Iris's mother, Hitomi.
Mizuki has the strongest connections with all 3 victims. Shoko and Renju were her parents, and she was close friends with Iris. She was good friends with Ota too. But that's why I could never believe Mizuki would kill all 4 of them.
Yeah, there's no way in hell Mizuki's the killer.
Thinking her as a suspect is ridiculous.
Iris's mother, Hitomi.
Hitomi and Renju are definitely linked. They were high school classmates. And she did say that she met Shoko twice. But I can't imagine she would kill Iris in such a gruesome way.
No, there's no way she could kill her daughter.
No matter what the circumstances were. It seems impossible to me.
Momo Kamakura.
Renju and Shoko were connected to the
But Iris
Kamakura.
wasn't.
There's no connection to Iris. But there's...
And I mean, he likes Iris. We don't know that in this timeline, but we do know that he is a huge Aset fan. Congressman So Saejima.
Renju, Shoko, and So. There is a connection between Renju and Shoko through the Kumukuras. But again, I can't see any clear link to Iris.
But his mother Mayumi, just to get it out of the way.
Mayumi had motive for killing Iris and Renju. Mayumi hated Iris. She didn't think well of Lemnis Gate either. Since Renju is the president. Anyway, the weak point is Renju's ex-wife, Shoko. I can't imagine why Mayumi would kill her. Above all else, she would never harm her only son, let alone kill him.
Yeah. I just wanted to get that out of the way. Well, I'm the last link.
I know Renju and Shoko. And I'm connected to Iris. But I have an alibi. Aside from Shoko, there's no way I could have killed any of them.
Accurate.
No. Now that I think about it, Shoko too. I don't remember killing her.
Oh, you have a bad memory.
My memories from 6 years ago are missing. But I still have my memory of recent events. If I start doubting myself now...
Date, I can say without a doubt that there is zero possibility you are the new Cyclops killer.
Yeah, that's asinine. I mean, he wasn't anywhere near the event where Iris was getting sawed in half. He was actively on his way to stop that one.
I have been working with you for years. I know better than anyone that you are innocent.
I thought it over, boss.
Mizuki has the highest connection, but that doesn't necessarily mean that she is the killer. She's a incredibly powerful 12-year-old girl, able to bench press 250 pounds. I will never let that go. But I don't think she could kill her own father and mother. She was horribly traumatized from seeing her mom's corpse. So there is no way she could be the killer. But maybe it's someone related to her.
Of the people I know, I can't peg any of them as the murderer.
And no leads to pursue?
No.
Then there's only one thing you can do. Continue your investigation. Do whatever it takes to get the culprit. To get justice for the victims.
You're right. Got it, boss.
So, where do we go from here? Cold storage warehouse, Matsushita diner, the Date residence, the Sagan residence, Marble. I guess we'll start with the crime scene. Crime scene seems like the best place to go. Cold storage warehouse, Monday. I stepped into the cold storage warehouse. The air conditioning wasn't running, but it was still cold. The temperature hadn't raised much at all. The cold air sunk into my skin. But the center of my body was burning hot.
This forklift is old. It does not appear to be functional. It has not been moved in some time.
A forklift. The tire and floor are covered with a layer of ice. A hook is hanging from the ceiling crane. Iris and Oda were sliced in two by this ice-cutting machine. Iris and Oda.
Iris's estimated time of death and cause of death have been confirmed. The video was not a recording. It was a live stream, filmed in real time.
Which means Iris's time of death is 3:20 a.m.
Iris also had her left eye removed.
Yeah.
And like Renju and Shoko, Iris's left eyeball has not been recovered.
An ice-cutting machine.
A video camera and laptop. This is what the criminal used to stream. All of these items have been bought from pawn shops and thrift stores. It would be difficult to determine a suspect from them.
Unfortunate.
I have logged into the Wi-Fi in this warehouse. Okiura Fishery Co., Ltd. is listed as the owner. However, I found the password written directly on the router. Anyone who saw it could have used it.
Fucking course.
I have done some research. As the name suggests, the company is owned by the Okiuras. The same Okiuras we know. Renju's father created the company.
Another connection to Renju.
No, actually. Currently, Okiura Fishery has nothing to do with Renju. The company has been managed by office representatives for the past 17 years after Renju's father died. Renju holds no shares and is not involved in the management. In short, Renju did not inherit the company from his father, and it was instead given to other persons.
But it can't be a coincidence.
It certainly is suspicious.
Video camera and laptop used for the stream. Any clues?
No, nothing so far.
An inspector doing his duties as usual. An evidence marker. It's a little marker that's put up to track evidence at the scene. Is this Ota's blood? Any progress?
I checked this place point by point. Didn't find nothing.
A police officer. An oil drum. Unlikely to be a clue. Well, with that attitude. Shelves packed with cardboard boxes. I don't see any clues here. A forklift. I don't see anything special about it.
There are only a few items on the shelf.
Is this warehouse not in use?
There's nothing particularly suspicious. Wooden box on the shelf. It's empty. There's a cardboard box on the floor. There's nothing in it. Alright, well... Bloodstain A. Iris and Ota's blood. The work
Right here. Iris and Ota were.
I am sure you are already aware of Ota's time of death.
Just before I arrived. About 3:30 in the morning.
And the cause of death.
Right, about that. Ota had a stab wound from a kitchen knife in his side.
Correct.
What was the exact cause of death? Was it the knife wound, or...?
I cannot determine that. I can conclude that the knife wound was at least close to being fatal. Even if Ota was still alive on the workbench, he was certainly on the verge of death. If he weren't already extremely weak, we would expect to see more signs of struggle.
Maybe Ota was trying to help Iris, jumping at the criminal. That led to a scuffle, and Ota ended up with a knife wound in his side. He lost all power to fight back. He was forcibly put inside the costume, and finally cut open by the ice-cutting machine.
But why? Why did the culprit put the costume on Ota?
Unknown. Date, we should get moving. Officers from the local jurisdiction are checking the warehouse thoroughly. We will not find anything of importance here.
Yeah, you're right.
You can ask CSI to inform you if they find anything.
I figured it's important to at least look at the crime scene first. Wait, workbench. Iris and Ota's bodies are under autopsy. Their bodies aren't here anymore. Right here, Iris and Ota were. Alright, well. It's not giving me the order to go. I'm heading out. Let me know if you find anything. I let them know, then left the warehouse. I really want to see how Mizuki is holding up. Wait a minute, this is a cutscene. When I left the warehouse, I saw Pewter. What is he doing here? He walked up to me while I was trying to work it out.
Date, I have to talk to you about something.
Okay.
About the original Cyclops serial killings.
Wait, really? We'll finally get to hear something about this?
Why this all of a sudden?
Because I want you to solve this case, Mr. Date. I want you to find who did this and bring them to justice. So, if I can help you, even a little.
Why didn't you say anything at Abyss?
Eyes.
The boss was there. I couldn't speak openly in front of her. So I decided to meet you here.
Well played, you sneaky son of a bitch. I was gonna say tricky, and then it became sneaky, and then it just sort of fumbled into itself.
All right. Let's hear it.
Earlier, I told you that I was completely certain the original Cyclops killer couldn't have committed these crimes. I am absolutely certain the original Cyclops killer could not have committed these crimes.
Right.
Let me explain why. I'll start by telling you the identity of the Cyclops killer. Although, it's more accurate to say killers.
Ah.
More than one?
In the first series of killings, the culprit had an accomplice. One of them was born a murderous psychopath. The other is Rohan Kumakura, the previous chairman of the Kumakuras.
Ah.
They each had a role to play. The murderer committed the homicide, and Rohan removed the eyeball.
Who's the murderous psychopath?
He was born with a brain dysfunction. Due to damage to the posterior pituitary gland, he was unable to properly secrete oxytocin.
Oxytocin is a peptide hormone linked to feelings of love, affection, and trust. It is colloquially referred to as the love hormone. It causes a tranquilizing effect which improves mood and relieves stress. It is normally secreted when the body makes contact with an object of affection, such as an embrace or caress.
I'm sure you know what this implies, but he was unable to feel love in the way that we do. However, he was able to experience a substitute.
Lust.
His brain was wired in such a way that allowed him to feel satisfaction through other means. Due to the unique idiosyncrasies of his brain, he was able to release large amounts of dopamine and endorphins by performing a certain action.
Murder.
What was it?
Murder.
Yeah, no, called that from a mile away.
Dopamine is a hormone linked to the reward system of the brain. The pleasant feeling attained through accomplishment is dopamine. Endorphins are a kind of brain narcotic. They dull pain and create a feeling of happiness.
He got pleasure from killing people?
Yeah, no, not surprising.
It's slightly more complicated than that. Killing people was the only way he could get pleasure.
Oh, I see.
He was 12 when he took his first life.
Jesus fucking Christ.
That enlightened him to the pleasure of murder, which he would do again and again.
So are you gonna tell us who this mystery man is, or? Alright, about Rohan first.
18 years ago, Rohan took a woman's eye. She was already dead. He put his finger into her eye socket and gouged it out.
Ugh!
The reason why was simple. He was fascinated by women's eyes. Their beauty stimulated his greed and his desire to possess them.
Ugh!
He needed to have them, to make them his own. Driven by this instinctive impulse, he took the woman's eye. From then on, he acquired a grotesque obsession with the eyes of dead women. He was very particular about his need that the eye belonged to a deceased woman. But even being the head of a Yakuza gang, there weren't too many opportunities for him to indulge. His deepest, darkest desire went unfulfilled for years. However, he soon met his ideal partner, the aforementioned psychopath.
Is it Moma Kamakura?
The Cyclops killer would commit the murder, and Rohan would take the eye. Thus, a mutually beneficial relationship was established.
A symbiotic murder relationship.
This was the origin of the Cyclops serial killings. At about the same time, you were assigned to Abyss.
Why were they classified?
That, I don't know.
Of course you don't.
The details of the original Cyclops serial killings case have become nebulous over time. Even the official investigation material contains nothing of value. I am unable to draw any conclusions from them.
Perhaps it's so Seijima.
You really have no idea?
If I did, I would tell you.
Summarize.
The original Cyclops killer had an accomplice.
There were 2 Cyclops killers.
And one of them was the former chairman of the Kumakuras, Rohan Kumakura.
Rohan committed suicide by jumping to his death 1 year ago.
That means... Computer, tell me this. One of the original killers is dead, I know that. That means one remains. Who is he?
After his 4th murder, he was arrested by the police. They actually picked him up on other charges. But, in any case, he is currently serving a life sentence in Fuchu prison.
It's Prisoner 89.
Fuchu prison?
Yes.
What's his name?
Falco.
In prison, he doesn't have a name. He is simply called Number 89.
Fucking knew it! So why did he go out with Hitomi? If he couldn't feel love...
Number 89.
Is Hitomi maybe lying and Falco tried to kill her but she didn't want to...
I know who killed Shogun Adami.
So, now you know why I said that. The original Cyclops killer couldn't have committed these crimes.
One is in prison, the other is dead.
Because one is dead, and the other is behind bars. Neither of them had the opportunity.
Pewter looks really serious. Peter. Really? I can't go back to the Kamakuras? Okay. Let's go to the Sangan residence. We have a lot of grieving people to meet. Sangan residence. Monday. When I visited the Sagan household, I found Hitomi with a hollow look in her eyes. She let me in and asked me to sit on the sofa. I agreed and sat down. After that, I couldn't say a single word. A heavy silence weighed on both of us. About Iris.
Iris was my everything. We always went everywhere together. Whether it was buying clothes or going to the movies, or taking a walk, or going shopping at the supermarket. When she was young, she would just hold one of my fingers. Her hand was too small to hold mine. And it was 2, then 3. And finally she could hold my hand. But eventually, she left my hands altogether. She started crossing her arms, being independent, even though she needed constant attention growing up. Her memories are a part of this room. And always will be. When she was a baby, she fell off that sofa and cried and cried. One day she tore up her picture book all over the floor here. Another time she drew with crayons all over the window. She painted my portrait on Mother's Day. Scratches on the floor, chipped plates, burn marks on the table, stains on the cushions.
Sorry, I'm not saying much. It's really sad.
Everything you see, it all holds a memory of her. But why?
I wish I knew, Hitomi. Can you think of anything?
Hitomi, my entire focus is on this case. Is there anything at all you can tell me?
I don't know if this is important, but...
No, please, tell me.
I may have told you this already. I met Renju's wife Shoko twice before. The first time at the wedding, The second time a month ago. That second time was in the waiting room of the prison.
Prison?
There's an acquaintance of mine from when we were younger. I visit them a few times a year. And by coincidence, I saw Shoko. I don't think she noticed me, but I recognized her as Renju's wife right away. She was there for the same reason I was, to visit one of the inmates.
Potentially one of the same inmates.
Do you know who?
No, I don't. We didn't talk.
Which prison?
Fuchu Prison in Tokyo.
Fucking course it is.
Fuchu.
Prison?
All tied to 89.
Oda was one of my students. I taught him in elementary school.
Damn.
I heard it from the police. Oda tried to help Iris and ended up... I don't know what to say. I have no words.
I'm sorry to have bothered you. I'll be going now.
I don't know what to do. Thinking about her. Dante, please, you have to catch them. Please.
I will. Trust me.
Sorry. I don't have anything to really add there. I think we've all been in this situation at some point in our lives. Lost someone close to you. Obviously not the same way, but you can really empathize with the pain she feels, and I can't imagine how horrible it must be to lose your daughter, especially like that. Anyway, Date residence, Monday. Mizuki is curled up on the sofa. She looked like a small animal frightened by a predator. I can imagine why. About Iris. About Oda. I'm not getting anything out of Mizuki, am I? About the cold storage warehouse.
Mizuki must know about Iris and Ota.
Of course. The news was distributed heavily across the internet. Not just in Japan, but worldwide. 3 days ago, Mizuki discovered her mother's body.
Then her father. Then 2 of her best friends.
2 days ago, her father's. This morning, 2 of her best friends. It is completely understandable that she is at her mental limit.
Can I be left alone for a while?
Are you okay?
No! Obviously no, Date.
Yeah.
She certainly didn't seem so. But I can't stay by her side forever.
Aiba, contact Abyss. See if they can get Mizuki a good counselor.
Understood.
I stayed with her for a little while, but we didn't speak. Having nothing more to say, I left. Matsushita Diner. I guess we'll end at Marble. Matsushita Diner, Monday. The place was silent. It was so quiet I felt like I could hear the floating dust. I stepped inside. I thought it was empty, but but I saw a shadow in the corner of my eye. It was Mayumi. It was like watching a decaying old tree cling pathetically to the earth. I'm sorry to interrupt. Do you want to talk about it? About Oda.
This is your fault.
Oh boy, here we go.
I heard from the police. Because you didn't take care of Iris. My boy Ota got involved.
Date, I looked at the investigation report. Mayumi confirmed Ota's body early this morning.
See.
I'm sorry. I want to be alone right now. Did you not hear me? I said leave!
Date, let's go. She is in no state to talk.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm gonna go. I mean, again, I can't really say much to that. Marble, Monday.
Are you okay, honey?
No.
Huh?
About last night. Well, at 3 in the morning, anyway.
You know about it?
I mean, you were here, Date.
It's on every channel. You have the face of a ghost. Do you want a glass?
I don't need a drink. I need information. Do you have anything?
Well, let's see. I do have... I suppose you could call it intuition.
All
Tell
right.
me.
It's better than nothing. What do you got?
The Kumakuras are involved in this case. Remember what I told you before? That there's a relationship between Ren and the Kumakuras?
And Shoko.
Shoko also has a relationship with them. You know about her dealings with the Kumakuras, right?
So basically, 2 of the victims are linked to the Kumakuras. That must mean they're involved somehow, right?
Not 2, 3.
3? Iris?
No, not that one. The boy.
Really?
He came here last night.
Ota?
Yes, from Matsushita Diner. He's linked to the Kumakuras as well.
How the fuck is Oda linked to the Kamakuras? Learned stuff about Oda's parents. I think we're learning about that now. How is Oda related
Have
to
you heard the
Kamakuras?
rumor?
Mama told me a similar story to Aiba's. About So Seijima and the Kabasaki district. Right, we remember that. The basic idea is this. 8 years ago, So sold his land to the Kabasaki, in the Kabasaki district for 30 billion yen. Half a year later, an explosion at the chemical plant caused the land prices to drop drastically. So bought back the land for 1 billion yen. Almost like he knew beforehand that the accident would happen. Did So blow it up? Or conspire to blow it up? No, that wouldn't make sense. So wouldn't gain anything from that. He would end up with 29 billion in cash and 1 billion in land. It's a net zero. But there's more to the story.
The Kumakuras own a handful of real estate companies.
Okay.
They of course look legit, but they're Yakuza fronts.
Right.
I'll call those real estate companies the KE to keep it simple for you.
Kamakura Estate? I'm guessing is what that stands for, KE?
The KE followed in So's footsteps. They bought up land in Kawasaki.
Okay, let's keep going down this rabbit hole.
Now, back to So. Have you heard of the plans for the casino in Kawasaki?
No.
So was the one who came up with it.
I was born and raised in Kawasaki. I remember the landscape of my childhood, and I loved it dearly.
Man, this guy just radiates smarm.
But look at Kabasaki now. When I see images of the destruction on television, my heart aches like it's being chopped to pieces. But I promise you, I will revive the Kabasaki district at any cost. Casino Town Kabasaki will give new life to the city.
After that, So moved fast. He submitted the bills he needed to the National Assembly after drumming up support in the right places. The bills passed and became an official government initiative.
To turn a former district into a casino district.
Decontamination efforts therefore increased at a rapid pace in the Kabasaki district. At the moment, the area is still considered off-limits. However, the air in Kabasaki is currently purified to such an extent that it has no negative effect on the human body.
If the plan goes smoothly, land prices in Kabasaki are going to skyrocket. And all that land is owned by the KE.
And everybody makes a profit.
And by So himself. The land he bought back for $1 billion will be worth 10 times that soon.
He's involved in some shady business.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, no, I feel like that's a requirement for being a politician. Well, that's not true. I guess there are maybe some good politicians. But, like, a lot of politicians exude smarm. Whoops, didn't mean to hit that.
This is just another rumor, but the chemical plant exploding was no accident. It was done intentionally.
I believe that.
By So and the Kumakuras, you mean?
But there's no hard evidence of that. It's just gossip.
What about Oda and the Kamakuras?
What were we talking about again?
Mama!
Ota and the Kumakuras.
Oh, right. You know how Matsushita Diner is close to the Kabasaki district?
Mm-hmm.
The chemical plant explosion made times hard. Foot traffic went down, sales declined. No wonder it closed down. Ota must hold a grudge. Someone caused that explosion. And if it was intentional, he'd hate them even more. That's how I link Ota to the Kumakuras.
I mean, that's a pretty loose connection, but I guess it makes some sense. Say goodbye.
Thank you, Mama. I don't know if what you told me will lead to anything, but...
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to waste your time.
I mean, you didn't. I learned a lot.
No, it was very helpful.
I'm glad I can help, even if it's just a little.
Well then, be seeing you.
Come back anytime.
Oh, but... this has been a rough one. So many people mourning lost loved ones. No real leads. Well, that's not entirely true. Police headquarters, Monday, 4:57 p.m. Still can't believe Date got played by the oldest trick in the fucking book. Yeah, Mama, keep polishing your fish. I returned to the boss's office to report. But I didn't see her anywhere.
Where did she go?
Well, she isn't always here, correct?
True.
I mean, I imagine she has a life. I sat down in my usual seat and decided to wait for Boss.
What are you doing?
I swear to God, if Boss is the next victim, I'm going to lose my fucking shit.
I thought it would be easier to talk like this.
What do we have to talk about?
A summary of the investigation, perhaps?
What summary? We don't have anything new.
That's not entirely true, Dante.
That's not true.
Huh?
I was curious, so I did some research.
Oh. Okay, Alpharat, so I guess you weren't here for it. Oda told him there was someone behind you, and Dante, like a fucking moron, turned around and got his ass tased. He fell for literally the oldest trick in the goddamn book. and it infuriates me. Who's that behind you, Dante? What? Down. What kind of idiot falls for that trick?
About number 89.
Alright, Iba, what do you got? I guess we'll start with what we actually know. What's his real name?
Unknown.
You don't know?
No such person is listed in the family registry. It is possible he is a foreigner, but his nationality is unknown. However, I believe it is safe to say that he was born and raised in Japan.
Okay. What is the relationship between 89 and Shoko?
Unknown. I cannot determine if they have any connection. Approximately 1 month ago, Hitomi Sagan witnessed Shoko in Fuchu Prison's waiting room. I am unable to say for certain that the person she was there to visit was number 89. After all, Fuchu Prison houses 2,000 inmates.
Yeah, she could have really been visiting anyone.
But number 89 knew Shoko's name.
This is true.
I know who killed Shogunadami.
That must mean that he knew her somehow.
Yeah, he might as well have told him there was a UFO behind him.
It is possible.
So yeah, Iris is dead. Oda is dead. There's a lot of people mourning, and we still have to pick up the pieces. Who is number 89?
As you know, he is an assassin with multiple confirmed kills. He is currently serving a sentence at Fuchu Prison. He was imprisoned 6 years ago.
That's what Pewter.
After his fourth murder, he was arrested by the police.
What about 89 and the new Cyclops serial killings?
Pewter claims that there were 2 culprits behind the original serial killings. One was the former chairman of the Kumakuras, Rohan Kumakura.
But Rohan committed suicide last year.
That leaves 1 culprit still alive, number 89.
But number 89 couldn't possibly have committed these crimes.
Not unless he had a proxy to commit them.
He was in jail when each of the murders occurred.
Correct. However, I do not believe it is accurate to claim that he had nothing to do with the incident.
Oh no, I absolutely agree with that.
I know who killed Shogunadami.
If he was telling the truth, his involvement is possible.
Let's talk to number 89.
Let's talk to number 89.
This time he won't have anyone to fucking get him out of it. I don't know if he's telling the truth, or if he's full of it. But he's our last remaining loose end.
Alright. However, we need not go to him. We can bring him to us. If we plan on syncing with him, it would be more efficient.
Ooh.
Can you arrange that?
I can.
Alright. Well, let's go into the mind of a killer then, shall we? After cutting through some red tape, 89 was brought to HQ. He took considerable time to arrive. But for some reason, Boss never showed up. Is Boss more involved in this than I thought? Police Headquarters, Monday, 8:56 p.m. Alright, fucker, this time you can't get out of here so easily. Let's have a chat, Falco.
Sorry to interrupt your busy day, but I need you to tell me something. I'd appreciate your cooperation.
What's your name?
Sorry to interrupt your busy day, but I need you to tell me something. I'd appreciate your cooperation.
Where are you from?
Burkina Faso.
Burkina Faso is a republic in West Africa.
Number 89.
Population 17 million.
Your real name.
Yeah, that's a steaming pile of horseshit.
Time for your jokes.
You're the original Cyclops.
Burkina
killer, aren't you?
Faso.
Burkina Faso is a republic in West Africa.
Well, hey, at least he
Population
admits it.
17 million.
Behind the case 6 years ago.
I don't have time for your jokes.
One of the 2 Cyclops killers.
Yeah, and he won't give a shit. He'll take credit
That's right.
for it. Do you know
I was
Shoko
one of the
Nadami?
culprits behind the case 6 years ago. One of the 2 Cyclops killers.
About a month ago, Shoko visited Fuchu prison. Was she there to see you?
That's right.
What did you talk about?
Nothing special.
You're in no
Yeah,
position
guess I do.
to lie.
I'm not
About a
lying.
month ago,
She
Shoko
didn't come to
visited
hear me
Fuchu
talk.
prison. Was she
Why
there
did
to
she
see
come?
you?
That's right.
What did you talk about?
Nothing special.
You're in no position to lie.
I'm not lying.
God, she'd gawk at the
She didn't
animal
come
in
to
the
hear
zoo.
me talk.
And why did she
When did
come?
you first meet Shoko?
To meet me. A long time ago. I don't remember exactly when.
What's your relationship to her?
The physical one.
Um,
I'm kidding. She was just a business partner.
I was gonna say, is he saying that they banged? Apparently they're business partners. Who killed Shoko Nadami?
All right. Let's get right down to it. 2 days ago, you called Investigation HQ and said, I know who killed Shoko Nadami.
That's right.
Who?
Hey, don't be so hasty. We haven't agreed on a deal. You're gonna let me out of prison, right?
Fuck no!
It's done. You've got a deal.
That's horseshit, Date.
All right.
Wait, really? You're gonna just believe him? Okay, fuck.
But to explain it properly, I need to tell you a story.
I am shocked that he believed me. Okay, sure. Fuck it, let's go.
It might take some time. Is that all right with you?
Alright, we got fucking time. Let's relax.
I've got nothing but time.
Get comfy, grab a drink.
Then let's get started. The story of a lonely assassin. Once upon a time, there was a detective full of righteous justice. Let's call him F.
Okay.
F found the evils of the world intolerable. F had no parents, no siblings. He grew up in an orphanage since he was born.
Are you F?
He suffered every kind of abuse imaginable there. It led him to despise all the evils of the world. One day, F was chasing a thug down at the harbor. Someone wanted for the assault and murder of women.
Okay, I get it. I'll just throw down my knife. Here. You lower your gun. It's fine. I got nothing else on me. I'll go quietly. You know, I have a history with hospitals. I've been going to a special hospital for a while. Even if I get caught, it's all good. I'll come right back out again. What should I do next time? Just thinking about it gets me excited.
Well, I guess he didn't go to do it next time. Okay, I didn't realize there was going to be the flashing. Sorry I didn't put up a warning or anything for anyone that might have issues with that.
The culprit was unarmed, but F never served a day in prison. The case went to trial for some time, but it was determined to be self-defense, and he was declared innocent.
Of course he fucking was.
If the truth got out, it would be a huge scandal for the police. People at the upper level were terrified of what might happen, so they had evidence fabricated.
As is tradition.
F wasn't suspended or disciplined at all. After a while, he returned to his job like nothing happened. That was a turning point for him. He was ready to shed the morality that was weighing him down, holding him back. F still wanted justice, and he was willing to dispense it to the immoral one by one. He became an assassin, a lone gunman, no agent, no employer. He was his own man. F believed that he was judge, jury, and executioner.
All right, Judge Dredd.
But it didn't last long. One day, F got rid of a criminal we'll call X. X was responsible for defrauding and killing an innocent old man for his life insurance policy. Turns out, X had connections. Someone wasn't happy that he died. Rohan Kumakura, chairman of the Kumakuras. X was a top executive of the Kumakuras at the time. Rohan ordered his men to find and kidnap F.
Alright, I think I know where this story is going. Because we now know about the Cyclops killers.
I've done some research. I know you've cleaned up at least 18 pieces of scum from this earth. Somehow there hasn't been a single criminal investigation. They're all treated as suicides, accidents, or natural causes. Amazing work. I'm impressed. How about you work for us? Of course, you have the right to say no, but it'll be the last word out of your mouth.
Yep.
F was trapped. Even if he somehow survived, he would be looking over his shoulder for the rest of his life. He had no choice but to take Rohan's offer. Thus, F's self-employment came to an end. He became a hired gun of the Kumakuras. Rohan even gave him a code name, Falco.
And that's why he's F.
Named for the falcon, a bird of prey.
A lot of pretty set dressing. Don't get me wrong, I appreciate the story and all, but it doesn't tell me who the
Falco didn't quit his job as a police officer, though. He worked as a detective by day, assassin by night, at the will of the organization. An ordinary killer would need motive to take a life. Not Falco. He did as he was told, one target after another. It didn't take long to destroy his heart completely.
Game. There we go.
Time passed, and a few years back, Falco, who by this time was exhausted in body and spirit, made a fatal mistake. He missed his mark and ended up taking a bullet to the stomach. Somehow he managed to escape. After reaching a nearby shrine, his legs finally gave out under him. He had no strength left. He put his back up against the shrine and let out a moaning breath that he thought might be his last. But at that moment, in his darkening vision, he saw a woman approach him. He watched her take out her phone and dial for help. At the same time, he heard footsteps of at least two people closing in. He knew immediately that they were after him. He sprung into action, grabbing the woman and pulling her close, kissing her to keep her from talking.
Well, this is verifiable from other timelines.
That was the first encounter between Falco and the woman. She was a teacher at some school. It was like she was from a totally different world than him. Listening to her talk, he would forget everything about his line of work. She was his only contact with the ordinary, mundane world. They met in secret a few more times, and Falco felt his heart grow warmer. Her smile and kindness were like a cold glass of water for Falco's parched heart. Falco started to become himself again, his former self. He swore on his life that from then on, he would live for her.
So, you want to go clean? Fine. Do as you please.
Really? It was that easy? Right? Wow, this is coming out of fucking nowhere.
You've done a lot for us. But there is one last thing. One final job I want you to do for me. It's nothing major. This woman and her daughter. I need you to dispose of them.
Ah.
Should be simple, no?
Let me guess, the woman he loved and her daughter.
Rohan handed Falco a picture of a woman and a girl. It was the teacher Falco met at the shrine.
Why?
And her daughter. She had just turned 12. Why the two of them? Rohan, as usual, never gave a reason. And Falco had no intention of carrying out the kill. But if he didn't, he knew that someone else would. He thought long and hard. How was he going to keep them safe and get out of the life of crime? He couldn't find an answer, no matter how hard he thought. He was backed into a corner. So, he decided to call on an old friend for help. And then...
An old friend, huh? So is your old friend our supposed killer? Silence. For some reason, he wouldn't open his mouth again. Why did you stop?
Why did you stop?
You mentioned a detective?
You mentioned a detective.
Was that the whole story?
Was that the whole story?
What's the connection between that and Shoko?
What's the connection between that and Shoko?
Answer me!
Hey, answer me.
This is a transaction, remember? Until I get a guarantee that you'll uphold your end. Until I get a guarantee that you'll uphold your end of the bargain, I'm not telling you anything else. For the bargain, I'm not telling you anything else.
Oh. I thought I sped past it by accident, but I guess I didn't.
I'll give you half up front, half later.
Sneaky son of a bitch!
If you want to hear the rest of my story, you better start the release procedures. Once they've cleared, I'll tell you everything.
It is unlikely that number 89 will uphold his promise, even upon release.
Pewter.
Yes?
Start the preparations.
For what?
What do you think? The sink.
Yeah, we'll just dive into your head and see if we can get what we need from there. I don't technically have to do shit for you. Let us dive into the mind of a killer.
Objective number 89 with the usual dosage. He will not be waking up anytime soon. Are you ready, Agent Date?
As I'll ever be.
The time limit is 6 minutes.
I know.
All right.
Let's begin.
Well, maybe we'll even learn his actual name. Sure is taking a bit to load. There we go.
Sup?
Like how casual you are, Iba.
Oh, not sup. Why are you sleeping on the job?
Because I want to, obviously.
Are you getting mad at me?
Yeah, this rug feels so good on my skin, yeah.
Are you a cat? What is going on here?
Why are you suddenly a cat?
Playtime's over. Let's begin.
Stand up.
Is this the Sagan residence?
The fuck got into Aiba?
Definitely is. But why?
Number 89. What were you up to? Huh?
The fuck?
The green. I do not think I can pass through it.
Really wants to hide it, huh? Okay, new plan.
Somnium stand. Activate.
Mental Lock 1, the phone. Mental Lock 2, Aiba herself. Mental Lock 3, the window. And the last one, Mental Lock 4, the door.
This appears to correspond to the green thing.
89 is hiding in the past. 89 is covered in a green membrane. I can't get close. Huh. A switch, a winter iris, and a picture. Fascinating. And I just want to see the flow chart again, because I want to see the path we've taken. And how far we've come. So we're up there. We could have gone down that way, but instead we went up this way. And now we're in Sinking in the Curtain. Wow, they're really stretching for that Singing in the Rain reference, huh? Anyway. I think with that... Well, first let me save. Properly save. Okay, we're in File 2. Alright, with that, we're going to end this episode here. I mean, I'd like to continue and get through the wall of lime jello, but I also have work tomorrow at 6 a.m., so I think it's best that I end for the night and continue this next week. So next time, we'll try to deal with this nonsense. I'll see you guys then, but now it's time to find someone to raid.